from Osaka, Japan. My name's Syd Hoare. After the last basho, there was a lot of talk about a new rising wave of young rikishi ready to take over, but 4 days into this basho, the suspicion is beginning to emerge that the mice were playing while the cat was away. One fat cat, if I may use the term, was Yokozuna Musashi Maru, who dropped out of last tournament, but he's back this time and looking very strong. An old-timer, veteran Kaiho, is also looking very powerful. It looks like Tochiazuma, Kotomitsuki and Chiyotaikai, the ones who dominated the last basho, will have their work cut out this time. So as we go into our first bout, there are 7 wrestlers, all with 3 wins. Musashi Maru, Kaiho, Tochiazuma, Takanowaka, Shimotori, Takami, Sakari and Aminishiki. But let's go to our first bout. It's between Tochisakae and Oikari. Oikari, 136 kilos, a bit on the light side. Tochisakae, the bigger of the two, but it's the bigger one who gets pushed out there with that diving push from Oikari. Oikari's been in the first game in the Makuuchi division in '98, but dropped out of that into the lower ranks, into the lower divisions. It's now back in again. Next, Daizen, 157 kilos. Bodyweight fights Hamanishiki. They fought 3 times previously. Daizen's won 2 of those head-to-heads. So Daizen closes in on the smaller wrestler. But a little trip there right at the end when it looked like Daizen had the upper hand. Hamanishiki stuck his leg out and Daizen went flying. Now on to the next bout, Miyabiyama. He had a shoulder operation in November a few months ago. Here he's fighting Tamanoshima. They've fought twice before, each has won once, but Miyabiyama is not looking that powerful this time out. He's set out the last 2 bashos. A bit of a head-banging start there. Miyabiyama pushing hard. Well, he wins that one. So 2 wins for Miyabiyama so far and 2 losses, and that was Tamanoshima's 3rd loss. Well, he had a poor basho last time, did Tamanoshima, only had 3 wins, so possibly a repeat of that. Kaiho, ex-amateur champion from the great amateur stable of Nichidai, fight Dejima, also an ex-amateur champion. He came from the Chuo stable. Dejima's been a bit unlucky. He's had a string of poor performances. Last 3 bashos, he's got more losses than wins. Got a very bad right leg there. Well, Kaiho got him round the neck there and lifted a little bit with his leg on the inside. Dejima dived out, and Kaiho, very skillful wrestler as always, a mere 121 kilos, turned, grabbed him around the neck, lifted and spun. So very neatly won there by Kaiho. That's his 2nd win. Let's watch that one again. So into the slam, the Atari, then there goes the arm round the neck, there's the big twist, and a little bit of assist from the leg in the early stages of that throw. 2nd loss for Dejima. Tamakasuga, 29 years old, fights Aminishiki, 22 years old. Aminishiki had a reasonable basho last time, had 9 wins. He moved very quickly through the Juryo division, that's the one below this. Won it 3 times. Well, that was a good chasing fight there. Tamakasuga pushed him out at the end there. Managed to turn and push him down. Very closely fought match. Tamakasuga gets it. So that was 2nd win for Tamakasuga. 1st loss for Aminishiki. Well, these wrestlers only fight once a day for 15 days, but they've got to put everything into that bout. It's not like a championship where they have to progress through, save themselves up, or make tactical play. It's all or nothing. That was a view just then of Kaiho coming out. On to our next bout now. It's between Toki, 177 kilos, and Akinoshima at 151. Akinoshima's beaten 16 Yokozuna in the past, and for that he gets a rise in his pay of 40,000 yen each basho he fights, regardless, from here till the end when he retires. One of the ways that they put incentive into the system. Well, Akinoshima chasing Toki around there, but Toki just slapping him away. And eventually a little bit of assistance from Toki, and Akinoshima dropped down with the tsukiotoshi technique, the thrust drop throw. Next two out, have fought each other 7 times. Tochisaumi's won 4 of them. Otsukasa has won 3 of them. So very even start there. And both wrestlers not really going for the belt. One's got the belt there, but it's Otsukasa who holds in close round the belt and forces Tokitsuumi out with yorikiri. And some prize money at the end there, some kenshokin. It's one of the sources of income the wrestlers get. At the end of the year, it can add up quite substantially. Next out, Tochinonada, 27 years old, fights Wakanosato at 25. These two have fought 10 times previously. Wakanosato's won 7 of those. Got a new technique now. He comes out, slams him with the elbow. This is Wakanosato I'm talking about. Slams him with his forearm and elbow under the opposing wrestler's chin. Then he bangs in with his head, and then he settles in on the belt. Comes from a stable where they're renowned for their belt sumo as opposed to the push-in sumo. And there we see both wrestlers settling in on the belt, although each one has got one hand on the belt and they're fighting for the other grip. Finally, Tochinonada gets his hand on first and starts to power into Wakanosato, and there he goes over. Scoop throw by the look of it there. Sukuinage win for Tochinonada. And some prize money for him as well. Now Takanonami, well, he's been doing well this recently. The last few bashos, he's got Kachikoshi in the last 2 of them. It's more wins than losses. Doing reasonably well this time out. He's got married just before the basho. Perhaps that's got something to do with it. Well, that's him dumping Kotomitsuki over without too much trouble. So 2 wins so far for Takanonami. 2nd loss for Kotomitsuki there. So another sukuinage there, scoop throw, done by the very tall wrestler. Takanonami is about 1 meter 97 centimeters tall and 163 kilos. Now Kyokushuzan, the Mongolian, fights Musoyama. Musoyama took him 6 years to get to Ozeki. Came into Makuuchi Sumo in 1993. Well, that was a neat attempt there. Kyokushuzan jumps in the air, then goes for an arm lock, but in fact got pushed out for his troubles. Didn't really close in on Musoyama's arm, so then got pushed out from behind. 3rd win for Musoyama, and 3rd loss for Kyokushuzan. Kaiho settling down there. He's looking strong this time out. I've said before many times, there's either a strong Kaiho or a weak Kaiho. Varies from basho to basho. Now Chiyotaikai, man who got 13 wins last basho when he went into a playoff against Tochiazuma on the last day. He's got 1 loss so far. Here fighting Kyokutenho, 2nd tallest wrestler in this division. 1 meter 92 centimeters tall. Well, he pushed in hard against Kyokutenho, then Kyokutenho leaned forward too much, and then Chiyotaikai pulled away. So a pull drop throw win there for Chiyotaikai over Kyokutenho. 4th loss in a row now for Kyokutenho. Now we have Kotonowaka, Mr. 1 minute, as he's known sometimes in sumo world, fights Tochiazuma. Tochiazuma said of Kotonowaka that he's the man he hates fighting the most. So we'll see why perhaps in a minute. These wrestlers sometimes have their least favourite opponents, and they continually lose to them. Let's see how he plays this one. Kotonowaka's beaten Tochiazuma 3 times. Very careful start. Kotonowaka well back from the start line, using his long arms. Much bigger wrestler, as you can see. Tochiazuma's not a big or a heavy wrestler. Very skillful, very powerful. Doesn't quite have that weight. Outweighed by Kotonowaka by something like 30 kilos. And Kotonowaka always fights slowly. Hence the name, Mr. 1 Minute. Now, Tochiazuma's got to break this stalemate, but Kotonowaka just a little bit too stable for him at this moment. You can see the grips on our side, on the far side. They're fighting for them. You can see the control that Kotonowaka's got of Tochiazuma's elbow, and Tochiazuma's got his right hand under the armpit of Kotonowaka, and his head tucked in under Kotonowaka's chin. Known as Mukosuke, that particular move. Now he pushes in, goes for the break there. So the two wrestlers, as is common in these long bouts, lean into each other, trying to sense weaknesses. Then they open up and start pushing. Kotonowaka's surviving that. He's obviously used to fighting these longer fights. Now he's locking underneath there with that kime hold, favourite of bigger, taller wrestlers. That's 2 arms round over the top and underneath. Hasn't quite got Tochiazuma's left arm there. It's sticking out a bit. But he's got certainly a powerful hold on the other side, the side we're now looking at. There's the referee there, just adjusting the grip at the back, just checking the knot as well. Kotonowaka's arm right over the top. Well, this certainly is a long bout. On average, these bouts are over in a few seconds, sometimes in less than a second. And Tochiazuma's got to go some now. Puts his leg behind, tries kirikaishi. That's the knee behind, tries a trip, but loses it. Now Kotonowaka's opening it up, and he spins him over with the overarm grip. So Tochiazuma takes his first loss against Kotonowaka. Certainly didn't do very well there against the much taller man. And that was the second win for the big man. Well, that was an interesting bout. Tochiazuma didn't really get going. He should have gone like lightning right from the start, whacked in hard and try to get round behind or keep the bigger man flustered, upset his timing, but in fact he settled in on the belt, and then there was this big difference in weight, something like 35 kilos difference. From then on he never really put Kotonowaka in danger at all. Kotonowaka looking quite comfortable against him. Takes that big over the top grip, and then that's the Awate grip, the overhand grip. And then just with one grip, he manages to flip Tochiazuma over. So very neatly done. Kaiho there, squatting down, spreading his legs, suppling them up. Very supple, these wrestlers. Most of them can sit down, spread legs wide, keep legs straight, and drop chest to the floor. And do the splits as well. So Kaiho here fighting Asa Shoryu, who comes from a wrestling family. His father was a Mongolian wrestler, brother was Olympic wrestler. So Asa Shoryu certainly doesn't seem to be avoiding the face now. I mean, the last few bashos he's just been going directly for the face, the nose, the teeth, the whole front of the face. Now he seems to be only aiming for the throat and the chin. I guess he's been told by the hierarchy to stop the boxing. You see what a difference there between the Asa Shoryu of last basho and previous bashos. You see it's under the chin the whole time. Now he's not on the face. He whacked Tochiazuma in the nose last time out, and there was a lot of blood on the ring. Now on to the last bout of day 4 between Tosanowumi, who's beaten 2 Ozeki so far, Musoyama and Chiyotaikai. And these two, Tosanowumi's fought Masashi Maru a number of times. He's beaten him 5 times, but not as many times as Masashi Maru has beaten him. So good head banging start there, but Tochinonada absolutely got nowhere, just whacked into the much bigger man and came to a full stop. And Tochinonada is keeping it open, and Musashi Maru is just pushing forward. When we've seen Musashi Maru lose, it's when the other wrestler moves around a hell of a lot and sometimes manages to sidestep the Yokozuna, but there, Musashi Maru chased him around. His wrist now certainly seems to be a lot better. Fourth straight win for Musashi Maru. And second loss for Tochinonada. At the end of day 4, we have 3 wrestlers in the lead now, Musashi Maru, and Kaiho, and Takami Sakari. New one into this Makuuchi division. Only just, well, he was in here before, but then he dropped down again. But we'll be back very shortly for day 5. Stay with us.